With inflation out of control, consumers are looking for ways to save money. In this video, I'll be showing you how to spot amazing deals at Home Depot. Now, just so you know, I've been a Home Depot shopper for over 30 years, and right here you can see thousands of dollars in receipts for purchases that I made at Home Depot over the past 12 to 14 months. I have friends that work at Home Depot, so the information I'm about to share with you will be fairly accurate. When you enter a Home Depot store, there are designated areas where you'll find yellow tag clearance items. In addition to the designated areas, yellow clearance tags can be found throughout the store. When you look at a Home Depot markdown tag, you're going to see right over here on the right, that was the original price of the product or item. Over here you have your barcode. That's your SKU number that matches the barcode on the package. In this case, it's on the bottom. And over here, you have a date. You can see it says 12/7/22. That's the date of the first markdown or the first clearance price. So this price here went from $24.87 down to a lower price on that date. The thing with the tags, many of these tags are not updated by the employees as the price drops. So you may see a product that's $24.87 and it's going to show $21. So you're going to know that's one of the original markdowns because it's very close to the original price. But when you see a price like that, you want to look at the date. When I saw this item with this date, I knew there was a possibility that this price was not going to be correct. I can tell you by experience, products that are smaller and products that were typically a good seller, they're going to slowly clear out. So if this was $21 when the first markdown happened, they may keep it there for maybe 8 to 10 weeks, and they'll do another markdown, maybe keep it there for 6 or 7 weeks, and they keep doing that until it goes far enough out where they're going to clearance it when it gets to this 3. Now, usually the 3 or the 0, in my experience, turns to a penny once the time has passed. So here, when I purchased this, it was right at 7 months. I've never found a product in the store that was on clearance for longer than 7 months. And products that are much larger, such as yard furniture, shower doors, and things like that that take up a lot of space, that don't sell as well, they're going to want to clear those items out much quicker. Usually in about 90 days, that product is going to go from the original price down to a penny. And once it reaches a penny, they're going to take it into a back room where they're going to crush it and destroy the product. So this one here, because it was all the way back in December, I knew I should question this price. So I took it up front to the register when I was checking out all my items because I was actually willing to pay the $6.33, which was a great price for 60 of these batteries. And it came up 1 penny, and it was such a good deal. I had 2 in my cart, and you can see right over here, high energy Rayovacs, 2 cents. I got 120 of these high energy alkalines for 2 cents. Now, if I would have taken this item to an employee, said, do me a favor and scan this at this low level price, they would have probably said to me, oh, it's down to a penny, they're not going to sell it to you. So you don't want to do that because then you're going to basically end up arguing with them why you can't buy this product. And a lot of them, which I was told through friends of mine, what they do is they tell people that it's on recall. So they'll say, oh, I can't sell you this, it's a recall. But you can go to Home Depot's website very simply. I have a link in the video description area, and it will give you a listing of every recall product that Home Depot sells. So if you do come across a penny item, simply ask to see the store manager. When the manager comes over, you're going to simply explain that you found this item on the shelf for sale and you want to purchase it. And if they turn around and say they're not going to sell it, then the simple thing to say, which usually resolves it very quickly, is say, why am I being punished for your employees failing to remove a penny item from the shelf and having it destroyed? And the manager, if they're nice, which I've had in the past, is going to say, no problem, take it for the penny, because they want to make sure the customer's satisfied. Now, if you have a manager that's not too good, and doesn't care about satisfying you, then the next thing you could tell them is, at a minimum, I want to have the lowest price shown that that item was sold for. So they have no choice at that point but to honor the lowest, which would be $6.33. But there is a way around this without having to talk to a manager. It's what I do. I go in there and I purchase other things that I need, and I add this in with my order if I see one, and what I'll do is I'll scan it. And if the price comes up the same, then you can just simply say, I changed my mind, I don't want it. If it comes up a penny, then you keep scanning your other items, and then you have the item out the door. It's yours. You paid for it. You didn't steal it. It's their fault that they did not remove it from the shelf. What I discovered about the clearance prices is that it never goes below 10% of the original price. So you may see over here $2.50. And I've seen a few of those that go from $2.50 to a penny, just like these number 3 digits, how they go from 3 to the penny. So if you see anything that ends in a 0, keep in mind some newly clearanced items might go from $24.87 down to $23.00. They'll use them at the high end, but they'll also use a 0 at the very bottom. So if you see anything that's 0, 1, 2, or 3, you're going to want to investigate that, especially if it's been months since this date, because the tag may not have been changed. If you come across an item that you suspect is going to scan as a penny, maybe you've been watching it for a while, notice it's stuck at that 33. Typically, this number here is going to be how many weeks they're going to hold it at this price before it goes down to the penny. So you can keep an eye on it. The 0, I really haven't determined how many weeks on a price that's a 0. For instance, this brand new lawnmower blade right here, all right, it's a mulching blade, 22-inch. It was being clearanced for about 6.5 months, and I purchased it for $2.50. The original price was $25.97. You can see the clearance sticker right here. So more than likely, the next step for this blade is going to be 1 penny, because I've never seen it go below 10% of the product's price. Now another example would be a power tool. Say you're in the clearance section and it says $149.87, and then you're walking by and it says clearance. Over here it says $131 with 2 zeros. So you're going to look at that and go, it's a little bit of a savings, but not much. So you keep walking, but you don't want to keep walking unless you take a look at the date of the original markdown. What they're going to do on a better product, they're going to hold the price much higher and have it drop much slower. So they might hold it there for 8 weeks at that 130 because they're anticipating somebody's going to pick it up. If no one makes the purchase, the next drop is going to be much lower and probably a shorter duration. So instead of 8 weeks, it may be 6 weeks. And then every step that they go down is going to be faster and faster. It might be a 4-week duration, then a 3-week like this one. And after the 3 weeks is up, it just becomes a penny and they just throw it in the trash. So if you see that price, you look at the date and you say, all right, it's been at least 6 weeks from that amount, from the initial markdown. So you can have a Home Depot employee come over with a code scanner, just give this a quick zap. And if you're lucky, they're going to come back and say, oh yeah, it did, it dropped again, but it's not reflecting that on the sticker, and you could save even more money. Because sometimes you walk away when it was actually a great deal. Unfortunately, many times when you're in the store, you do not know when the pricing started, so you really can't get too tied up in how many weeks are remaining. You just want to look at the price compared to the original, and you want to look at the date. If you see there's a big spread between these and the date also has a big spread, definitely price check it to make sure, because if you're lucky, it may come up for less than this amount or even a penny. You can see this is a 4, 8, 12 pack of Rayovac high energy 9-volt batteries. You know what I paid for this? 1 penny. I got 2 of those. Home Depot sells the 2-pack for $6.87. So this is a huge savings with these batteries. Over here, the Duracell Optimum For these I paid 1 penny. If you see a yellow sticker throughout the store for an item that's not on the shelf, always ask an employee to scan the tag to check the overhead inventory. Because many times people will walk away from a yellow tag thinking there's no more items left, when in fact there are many. Perfect example is the carport you're looking at right here. These matte finish 2-foot by 2-foot Spanish made commercial grade porcelain tiles originally were $12 each. I went into the store, they marked them down to $5 a tile. There was a whole bunch of boxes on the floor. I spoke to one of the employees. They said there's also another 150 boxes in overhead. So I waited, and 3 weeks later it dropped down to $3 a box. $1 a tile. So the carport floor you're looking at cost me $55 for all the tiles that you see. Incredible savings. You just need to know what to look for, and you also need to have some patience to see if the price comes down. Another great score was the item you see right here, Delta shower door. This shower door had a clearance price sticker on it, $179.87. It was marked down to about $48, I think $53, I believe. And I looked at the date on it, and it was about 4 months. So I knew it was past the 3 months where they typically like to hold these large items. So I brought it up front along with other items in my cart. And sure enough, when the person scanned everything and I left the store, it came up as 1 penny. And you can see it right here, pivot glass, pivoting shower door, 27 to 30 inch, and that's the Delta Rain, 1 penny. Hopefully the tips outlined in this video make you think twice when you walk past one of those yellow stickers at Home Depot. Thanks for watching.